Grasshoppers. Small hitch in getting started here. Just a small hitch. Yeah, we're going to continue with the King's Gambit. It is the King's Gambit against knight c6, by the way. It is the Vienna Gambit against knight f6 on the third move. Either way, I'm a big believer in attacking the center. Attacking the center is key, and in this particular case, how am I going to go about this? That is the question with the knight on c6. It is now officially the Rice Gambit. Enjoy while you have it. Enjoy it while you can. Because it's not going to last long. As we are in my territory. My territory now. I am threatening to get my piece back. I'm threatening to devastate his king. I'm threatening to do several things. And my last rook is coming into the game. And everything he owns is off the table. So now, pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. What happens on knight check, though? That is the question. What happens on knight check? I do have to be a little bit careful. Let's see what he recaptures with. For the grin of it. Only for a minute. I want to change my mind. I want to. I want to raise your spirit. So do you have any squares that are going to annoy me? First things first, let's just take it from here. And now for something completely irrelevant. Is that true? Can I go this way? Oh, that's a bummer. If this is true, that is a true bummer. And now the winner is ¿Qué pasa? We have more where this came from, my friend. We have much more where this came from. Just in case you get too frisky. He was getting too frisky with a discover check. I don't know what it did, but he was definitely getting too frisky. Definitely getting too frisky. Oof. The Rice Gambit prevails. Insanity, Ron. Insanity. Woo. I do believe I want to add the second camera in the layout. And I really need a better camera. Pegasus, good game, sir. It took every ounce of thought to try to figure out what was going on in that game. Every ounce of thought. That was craziness. Whew. I'm not sure if you had me, but I feel like I missed an opportunity earlier too. You played it well. I don't think I can play this gambit against I don't think I can play this gambit. Oops, dude. How do I do this? How about this? If I go to your name, click on this, go to your last game. Are you analyzing it as well, sir? What? White didn't move. Oh, you got paused out. You were looking at the game, weren't you? Hopefully I didn't do the same thing. So we're looking at it from your perspective. H3 is best? Never in my life would I play H3. Bishop C4. This is not the Vienna Gambit. This is totally wrong. Oh, it could be the Steinitz Gambit, but it's more of a King's Gambit. Then Queen F6. I believe I'm supposed to play Knight to D5. Straight away. I think that's... Is that more convincing? Queen takes, Knight takes C7. I don't know. Knight to d5 is better for you. Knight to b5 is better for you. Fine. So I played the best move in theory. And now rook takes f3. Fair enough. Rook takes f3, not giving up this pawn. Rook takes f3. Fine. So now I am down. Queen f3. Never in my life am I going to play the move. Bishop takes e6. I want to be able to play knight e4, so therefore I need my queen on f3. I can't just put it on f2, or can I? I guess I can probably put it on f2. But then bishop c5 forces more trades. So that's no good. So this is the right move. Check, fine. Knight e4. So what was the move that tossed the advantage for black? It goes from bishop c5 check, where black has a serious advantage, to equal after king h1. So something's wrong with this evaluation, right? I am playing the white pieces in this game. Queen g6, I'm sorry, going back, I missed your comment. You think queen g6 was a terrible move? Oh, I see. You're right, knight d5, queen g6. I got it. Sorry about that. Yeah, that will slow down my playing ability a little bit. So yeah, there's something wrong with the evaluation here. I think that bishop c5 is not as good. Let's just see 1 second here. Unless the evaluation after king h1 is not as what it's supposed to be. Yeah, knight e7 straight away before I get a chance to play knight e4. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. I'm not going to play knight to b5. I'm not after the rook. This machine is very materialistic. Very materialistic. Knight e4 threatens a lot. I did think that d5 was the same. I was probably going to play the same move as d6. But it wants me to play, or it suggests that I play, c3 to avoid knight to d4. Bishop d2 is more appealing. White definitely has a lot of compensation for this. Indeed, a lot of compensation for this. And after bishop takes d6, it still wants me to bail out because you can't block with a pawn with bishop to b5 check. But I don't get it. Obviously, you should move your king away from the f7 square, and that's what I didn't see. If you moved it here, I'm looking at all sorts of advantages involving bishop h6 pinning, queen g7, bishop h6, etc. And bishop h6 appealed to me. Doesn't quite work though, because after knight d7, you get to leave. And at worst, if I try to repeat, then you get to escape. So I didn't want you to have that one again. Knight h5 is very convincing, of course. Just simply running the queen s squared. You know, when I originally played bishop to d3, I did see knight h5 attacking the queen, but for some reason I got hornswoggled into thinking that I could force bishop h6. And in this particular situation, knight f4 shuts down the attack indeed. In fact, you're up so much material just now that if you can actually try to give any of it back, you're in business. I do have to desperado my knight. And play g3. Is that you, hon? Good morning, Jess. Um, for the most part, yeah, my daughter's off to school, back to school this morning, so unfortunately I'll be ending the stream right on time, but I am planning on getting two of Pegasus's, or at least one, I'm not going to promise too much, at least one of Pegasus's study streams in today. Johnny Hector is the most overdue, I believe. Johnny Hector, Kramnik. I'm having some difficulty with Le Bourdonnais, but I'm not giving up on the challenge because there's an 1835 book. If you listen to Fred Wilson, who has since moved to 17th Street, I think, above Union Square, or Union Square West, right off of 17th Street. Fred Wilson books. Fred Wilson last claimed in the Perpetual Chess Podcast interview that he had a book on the Le Bourdonnais match from 1835, a hardcover, first edition, out of print, which is what he specializes in. Fred Wilson books. If you Google him, you'll be able to find his catalog. I should have a ready-made link, and I should be recommending him more and more for out-of-print books because he's a great guy. And he always has a deal for me. But yeah, Fred Wilson had this book for $300. It's a little out of my price range. Books that are more in my price range are on my Amazon wish list, if you wish to donate to the Dojo Library. I'm going to get a better groove on these 3-hour streams, 3 hours at a pop each evening or morning if I could do it on days off. But yeah, that was a crusher if I had not found that one. So this looks pretty good for me. So Bishop E6 was not good. What happened? Oh, Knight to G5, and I'm back in action with Queen takes H5. And Knight to G8. What a move to find. F6, I don't think anyone would really play. No F6. I think I absolutely agree with no F6. I'm going to put that on my emote list. No F6. I wonder if Ben Feingold has a copyright on that one. But bishop to E6, rook on A to E1, and once again, wow, best move for black is F6 again. And you know if you have to play F6, you're in a lot of trouble. C4 straight away. I am in fear of bishop takes G2 check. But I guess there's nothing here. There's just nothing here. You have no good discoveries with your knight. It's madness. 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 There's a good emote. Madness emote. I know, I'm trying to replace all of my lame emotes. Even if I have to do them myself. Who was it that said they did emotes? I don't think it was Crescentine. I think it was another one. Is Rogan Joe Sloan streaming? We have the legends of the stream. Just to make sure we get them in. Rook F2 was a safe move. It didn't give away my advantage, right? I still have an advantage, but Rook to D8, it gave you a chance to get every piece into the game. It did give you a chance to get every piece into the game. I was in a spot of time trouble too when I played Rook F2. 15 seconds, and when I played it, I spent a whole 10 seconds on Rook F2. I can't get into any time trouble here. Now I'm down to 4 seconds because it took me 3 seconds to make that move. And this was easy. Although it did take me the whole 2 seconds to play it, and then life went south for you. Ouch. Anyway, enough looking at that game. We have time for one more game in the arena to make sure we stay on page 1 of 14 players. Logic having a rough day. Let's give Logic his own shout out. L0G1. Logic's name is not so logical. I can't imagine that Logic was taken in the other instances, though. It's quite crazy. Depending on our viewership, we may send him the raid, or we can go back to I Am Hungry, supporting her as a brand new streamer. Not that she needs the help. In the words of chess coach Andres, I am only up 6-2, so he is going to... Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lauren. There was only one thing I regretted. It was in the initial position when I flubbed the b4 explanation of rook takes e6. Previously, when I prepared it, because I prepared it so long ago, I actually had only planned on doing that explanation. Can I play knight c6? I think I just have to play very solidly here. I'm going for it. I'm going for the Panov attack in a relative fashion. Really? You're going to attack me? Let me just think about this for a moment. All right, fine. Isolated pawn position, by the way, once again. Very important position. Also important to note that I am castled. So I'm threatening his uncastled king. All right. Bishop pair. Queen takes. Yeah, bishop pair. We're going for it. Interesting. Interesting. All right. I will definitely take the superior pawn structure. He cannot shove just yet. Remember, one of the key ingredients to getting rid of an isolated pawn is being able to shove the pawn to d5, which he cannot do. So we just have to be very mindful of this. And we're going to blockade that square like a crazy buffoon. Yes, we are going to blockade this square like a crazy buffoon. Can I play it this way? Or should I just play it that way? Is he threatening to play his... Yeah, he is. He's threatening to play exactly what I didn't want him to play, which is d5. So we will circle around the booby. Keep everything under wraps, making sure that he can't get rid of his isolated queen pawn. He does have the outpost square e5, but not yet, as I do plan on taking advantage of the pressure on the pawn in more than one way. I have to take care of, I don't know, my b5 square is kind of weak. So it could be a little, I'm sorry, my b6 square is kind of weak. Where are you really headed? I don't get it. This was part of my plan. Is he going to try to exchange the d4 pawn for the b6 pawn? That doesn't seem to work. It looks like I've got a good lock on this position. Uh-oh. Tactics are flying here now. He overlooked the fact that his king is not safe. All right. Got my revenge for the last loss. Lauren, I'm going to get back to you. 3 minutes left. Not enough time yet. Not enough time left for and I'm going to give up on trying to appear on the podium. Trying to appear on the podium. Yes, my daughter is driving at 6 o'clock sharp back to college. I received a new chess book, Lauren. By the way, just because I have books in my wish list doesn't necessarily mean that they're not good for you as well. The Amazon wish list. Those are books that I'm very intrigued on checking out. I should do some, yeah, I received Swayton's Soviet Chess Strategy yesterday, and I'm going to try to review this today. Good morning. Who's up? Is that you, Boo-Boo?
So Bobby's thing that he put his name on flew all the way by Christine.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
The big container.
Yeah.
Did you move it?
I can't.
I'll help you move it.
I wasn't dressing.
Eva, can you take out my boots? Do I need my boots? Is it wet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I can use my tennis shoes. All right. I'll be there in a minute. We had a massive storm last night. There is a good puddle of water everywhere in the streets.
This nation owes you a huge debt.
This is Soviet Chess Strategy by Swayton. Good morning, Thrones. Thank you for the follow. The other book that I really love that is also extremely good for you, besides the Marovich books, is Kotov's Science of Chess Strategy. Science of Chess Strategy. It has all of my favorite lesson games in it. I recommended it in a tweet to another viewer who had finished some other book, and I just wanted everyone to know that I'm always going to be doing some reviews in my socials. I'm definitely going to be reviewing books from Quality Chess Classics and promoting them as much as I can. It is, after all, how I achieved my my sponsorship with Chess Informant. Chess Informant, I still believe in for players of any level. Players of any level, because, well, all right, maybe not the youngest of levels. All right, quick question for you. No, I have to do a little bit more. Give me your question now. I still have about 6 minutes. I told them I'd be done at 6 o'clock sharp, and I promised I would end my stream for them. Then I am hoping to do Ron's Johnny Hector 5 gifted subs / 3 hour stream from 6:30 to 9:30. If I can. Crossing my fingers, or immediately thereafter. Did I finish in 4th? By the hair of my chinny chin chin. I don't know why the sound alerts don't work. I either get the ticker tape parade, or I get the sound, or I don't get both. I don't think it's worth it. I honestly don't think that it's worth it. I think that it's much more important for you to calculate with a board in front of you. I do believe in knowing your coordinates, though. It's like, it's a little bit of a blow to your self-esteem, and it is so taxing. I've played blindfold games on and off. I think that you're stepping onto the other side. It's an attribute that really, I mean, it can help you. It depends on your goal. For example, it's just as easy for you to read a book and not use a chessboard and practice that way, rather than practicing playing bad moves on a board that you can't see. Oh my God. Kotov method is so outdated and it does not do anything. No, nobody uses the Kotov method anymore. The Kotov method only in concept is used. Kotov method is very good. I do recommend the idea of the tree of analysis, and you definitely have experienced it, and now you can move on. That's why Jacob Agard's calculation is so good. Uh-oh. That was my family trying to send me a message. Alexa, turn on Dojo. All right, Alexa, seriously, turn on Dojo. Yes, in the book Improve Your Chess Now by Jonathan Tisdall, he actually calls this the stepping stone method. And in the stepping stone method, you go from this position where you really are firmly in that position, and you evaluate and assess, and then you move on from there. I could be wrong in the exact description that he gives, but on average, he is truly a great player in that regard. I'm going to take a break from and I am hungry. Or do we? No, I'm not going to take a break from I am hungry. I'm definitely going to give her the raid. Anyway, everybody, have a great day. Enjoy this brand new streamer. You may get in with a founder's subscription. It doesn't go away. Wait a minute. After bet, homebrew system? Absolutely. Based on the Choose Hawkins system. I am so looking that up. I'm not sure about this name, but it may be something I already know by a different name. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to make it in 2 minutes. It's 5:58 here. My family will be so surprised, and my daughter will be so happy. Cheers and thank you. I will be back. I'll be back.